and I wanted to talk to you about something that has been powerful for centuries, generations, and yet, um, with all the noise, we don't think about it as much anymore. Who our enemies truly are. Now, before you think, oh my gosh, here we go, hellfire and brimstone. No, that's not the case at all. What I want to do is just to remind us biblically who our enemies are. The Bible tells us that our enemies are the world, the flesh, and the devil. So what does that even mean? The world, the flesh, and the devil. Especially if the Bible is not a predominant book in your life. Well, the world just means the world systems, all the systems of the world, and that includes religion. I'm learning so much about the systems of the world so that I can help moms be delivered from the systems of the world, starting with my own family and my own life. They teach that I'm not supposed to be the hero of my own story, but I assure you, I am not the hero of my own story. Jesus is the hero of my story. And the scripture does tell us to give testimony so that other people will know. I mean, if I can't tell you that it worked for me, then why should you really listen? And thanks for whoever's jumping on. I see the numbers changing. But the world, the flesh, and the devil, when we're able to quieten down what is truly coming at us, then you can see how that would help. But what I believe goes hand in hand with that will help you is when you understand the attack on your identity is linked to the world, the flesh, and the devil. So in other words, if you don't believe that you are worthy or you are worth having good things in your life or people treating you kindly or money or anything, if you believe somehow, whether it's from one of the world systems, that you just, well, that's good for other people, but not for me. Victoria, you don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've done. Because most of the time, even though we don't mean it this way, we don't realize that we are hurting so badly. And again, I can speak to this, but that we are hurting so badly that we just think we're being humble. We think that stepping out and saying, no, I am worth that thing, especially if you have that religious component, especially if the world, the flesh, and the devil, and we're talking about the systems right now. So we're talking about the world. So the world systems that want to control us, that want to control our identity from birth, especially if you're here in America. I'm learning so much about how all that operates so that not only can I be free, my family can be free, but I can help others be free. Because how is it that part of our society is able to thrive so much, and then the majority of our society is unable to break through? I mean, you have the people that break through, but where is that? Where is that point in which you're able to do it without working 80 hours a week, 60 hours a week, time to money? I love learning things because I would rather know the truth. Is there anybody on here that would just rather know the truth than be right? See, I'm not worried about being right. I want to be right when it's right, but otherwise, I want you to tell me when I'm wrong. I hope all that made sense. Thanks for everybody jumping on. I really appreciate this, and I pray that what I'm going to say is going to be a nugget that truly helps you in your life. I'm going to jump to a little sidebar here for just a second and tell you this, that my life radically changed because of YouTube. Not because I'm not monetized or anything like that. What I mean is the information that I was able to find out on YouTube about God and about no, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm not a glow in the dark citizen. I am learning common law. I'm not learning anything that's not absolutely true and there and available to find. So anyway, but what I found out through YouTube was that how I had been led to believe that God was always mad at me and angry at me and I was always disappointing him was just a tactic of the enemy to keep me so bound up in my head and then eventually in my body because I was sick for over 2 decades. And so YouTube and beginning to come on here and talk to y'all really, really matters. It's really important to me because I believe that God is going to speak through me because I'm pointing to him. I'm not the hero. Jesus is the hero. And in case you don't know that, I want you to know. So let's go back to the world of flesh and the devil, because that's who the Bible says our enemies are. So the world system. So within the world systems, we have government, we have education, we have healthcare, we have all the things that right now are really, really blowing. Somebody said blowing up, that are really, really blowing up. In other words, they are just everywhere. So what are we supposed to do with that if we know that that's an enemy? Well, it's okay. We don't have to be afraid of our enemies. We have to be wise about our enemies. So that's why learning things, understanding how systems operate is so vitally important. So the world system, and again, that does include religion. Every single system, examine, look at, see, find out. Ask the Lord to show you, to open your eyes, to give you wisdom. The flesh. Now, the flesh is us. There are quite a few religious people that like to blame everything on the devil. The devil's over here hiding behind this bush. The devil made me do it. This, that, and the other, the devil. And although there are angels and fallen angels, and there is definitely a spiritual element all around us, that everything we see came from the unseen world. But the flesh is that part of ourself that literally wants to destroy us, that's really strong, but it's really true. Just wants to destroy us. Now, that doesn't necessarily always mean that it wants us to take our own life. In other words, those thoughts within our mind, although suicide is just climbing at such a rapid pace. Because maybe you need to hear today that those thoughts that are in your mind that are not telling you good things about yourself, that are not making you stronger, those are thoughts of the enemy. Because you are made in the image of God to do something wonderful on this earth. Now, whether that is something wonderful in front of a camera and the whole world will know your name, or whether it is that you are in a home environment or a community center or something like that, and maybe nobody beyond that scope will ever know who you are, but you are doing powerful and mighty things. Success is when you are doing the thing that you were designed to do. And then the outward stuff, however that manifests, is completely dependent upon what has been placed in you. So it's going to look different for everybody. So the flesh and then the devil. Yes, there is a true satanic enemy, but we don't have to be afraid of that. See, I believe in the Garden of Eden that if Adam and Eve had truly believed in the identity, the goodness of God, that they wouldn't have questioned their own identity and their own worth, and they would have never listened to the serpent. So my channel, we have animals, on Wednesday? On Wednesday, we have animals. On Friday, I'm working on getting in shape. I've come out of an abusive marriage, and I just want to share and help because I study all the time, I learn, and I want to be that voice that didn't just take from YouTube, doesn't just take for what can help me, but that through God's leading, I'm able to. Why do you preach when they should be dealing with their issues? I don't know what that means, Ethan, but what I'm telling today is when I woke up and I asked the Lord what he wanted me to say today, then he took me to 1 John and he said, as Jesus is, so am I in this world. So if as Jesus is, so am I in this world, there's a lot to that, right? So the very first thing that he reminded me of is that people don't truly understand that they are made in the image of God and that they are designed to be in relationship with God, that is his great desire. And the things that come against them are the world, the flesh, and the devil. So that's what this video is about. And I appreciate you asking questions. Don't quite understand the question, and you seem to be gone. So I was kind of giving you a minute in case you wanted to say something to me. And I guess that's it, y'all. I hope you'll come back every Monday where we will just talk. Whether you want to talk to me in the comments, whether you want to question me about something, again, this is not about me being right. This is about me sharing the truth, being true to the identity that God put in me so that you can live out your own life, your own purpose, your own joy. And because I found my answers on YouTube, I am most definitely going to show up and help you, cheer for you, and tell you that for all the things coming at you, there's a beautiful design in you. And don't let the world, the flesh, or the devil stop you from that. Because especially the word tells us, as Jesus is, so are we in this world. And it's not for ourselves alone. Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost, and he came to serve. Greatest among these is him that serves. So Ethan has said something else. Let's see what we got here. That's an observation and an opinion that you disagree with. That's all. Okay. Why do you? I still don't quite understand what you're getting at, but I don't understand most of what you're saying, but you talk so much that I think you're unfair. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you think I'm unfair. But anyway, I get to look in the mirror at myself, and you should do the same. And I'm really glad that you were here. And thanks for being in the comments, Ethan. I mean, if I can't handle someone having a different opinion, then I'm not very secure in what I believe. And I'm always open to learning more, to knowing more, and to seeing how I can better serve my family, my King, and serve you. So everybody have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.